Welcome back on Gaming. This is Devin, and I just recently came back from Universal Studios Hollywood for the Pass Holder preview event for Super Nintendo World, and just want to give some of my thoughts on it, just because I do think there's some things that you need to be worried about, along with just some things that journalists have been saying just to not get you to go there. Some things that they've been making up or blowing out of proportion in that. So yeah, just want to go ahead and, of course, talk about that. But first, just want to let you know why I wanted to go or what I was excited for. So, I just really wanted to see what the land looks like, just because in all the photos in that for Japan and Hollywood, it looks really awesome. So, just want to experience it for myself, along with the Totsu Cafe with all that cool looking food and some of the merchandise as well. But wasn't really looking forward to all those like mini games, challenges, and that, or even Mario Kart. I wasn't even really looking forward to Mario Kart with the augmented reality or 3D or that. So yeah, I just wanted to see the land for myself. And then also during that time before I went there, made sure I watched a lot of videos to go ahead and see what there was to do there, what I need to go ahead and do, and then also make sure that I made that whole day that I had the pass holder preview for. Just made sure that I focused that whole day on Nintendo, just so that I didn't miss anything, and then just also so that I can, do everything as well. Just because I'm pretty sure that land is going to be pretty busy. Um, well, after it opens up, so I'm pretty sure this is probably going to be the only time that I want to be able to, do everything I can do or want to do without tons of people being there. So, um, yeah. So when I first got there, they have like 4 stores within Universal Studios Hollywood that sold Nintendo stuff. They even had within those 4 stores, they had I think like 2 dedicated stores as well. A lot of people buying stuff, of course. It's really insane just how many people are buying stuff and just in those merchandising parts. Um, so that was interesting seeing that. Then also for they have a down all what 10 escalators at Universal Studios Hollywood. They have the popcorn stand for Nintendo, and got myself a Mario character soda and a Peach one. The Mario one was fantastic. And that, of course, after a while when I was there, got really, really busy because, of course, there was only one of those there for some reason. Then, of course, for the pass holder preview, you got 2 hours to go ahead and do what you want in the land. And then, of course, I got told you to leave after that. But before my time was 2 o'clock. Decided to get lined up early so I can try to get in there pretty early so I can do everything. Um, got there I think at like 1:20, and they let us in actually like 30 or 40 minutes early. So of course during that time took a lot of photos, videos. You can of course see all my shorts on my channel here. But yeah, got to go in early and got to see everything. They did say that you can't really interact with anything before 2 o'clock. I don't really know if that was true or not, but they said that. But during that time, of course, just checked out the merchandise store inside. Um, and of course, that was very similar to all the other stores within the land. There wasn't anything that was real special in there. Um, but yeah, when I first walked in that warp pipe, of course, you're right in Mario 64, and it's very awesome seeing those paintings. And then also when you walk into the land, you just see everything. I mean, you see all the characters walking around. You see Bowser's castle. Just an amazing sight, and it was just as good as I was thinking that it was, and just seeing in photos and that, but of course so much better because it was in person. Um, so did not let me down in any way when I first walked in there. Then of course you come right out of the Peach's Castle, and just looked as amazing as it does as the first time that I played in it, Mario 64. Castle looks beautiful. Um, and yeah, then just walking around the land, of course, you have all the people playing the mini games. You have Bowser's Castle for the Mario Kart. And then you have Toadstool Cafe there. You have the One Up store that you can buy merchandise at. And then, of course, you have the coolly themed washroom restrooms in there. So that was interesting looking too. But yeah, I mean, first we'll go ahead and talk about the challenges or mini games or whatever they have there. So I wasn't really excited for it because before I went there, sort of thought they were childish or kiddish and that. But actually, when you go there to go play them, they're actually not even really kid friendly. They're more for like teenagers or 30-year-olds. But yeah, they're actually some things that you have to be very have some muscle for, or push the buttons at the right time. Of course, for any of these challenges or anything that you do in the land, you do have to. I would recommend you getting a power band. It interacts with everything. The only problem is that these don't really stay on that well. They do sort of fly off. They're not as secure as they should have been. So that was sort of an issue there. They do have like six characters to choose from. But yeah, these bands are not the best things in the world. But yeah, basically, all the challenges that you do there, everything you do there goes on the app that they have. And one of the things I was very surprised with is that it was pretty much like the games themselves. Reminded me of Super. What was it? The one with the cats, Super Mario 3D World, where they have all the different kinds of stickers you can collect. And then it also reminded me of New Super Mario Brothers with um, the big coins, but instead of the coins, it's keys for the Bowser Jr. big challenge area. So I mean that's um, I mean, definitely, like I said, should definitely get one of the bands to go ahead and do everything in the area. But I mean, it really, for myself, it got me pretty hooked on it just because I wanted to go around and do everything to get the different kinds of stickers, go ahead and do the Bowser challenge. So something that I was not even excited for. It actually ended up being pretty cool. Pretty glad that I went ahead and did everything there. With that, I did all of them, but the Piranha Plant. Was it time challenge one where you have to turn off the alarm clocks. But yeah, all the other ones though were pretty cool. I think they did a very good job at um, just making them fun for people. Of course, they had pretty decent long lines at them, so that's of course why I didn't do the uh, alarm clock one. Was that the area was busy, but it wasn't that busy. You can still find stuff that you can go ahead and do. But of course, for those challenges, it looked like everyone was very excited to go ahead and do them. And yeah, even got me pretty excited to go ahead and do them as well. And yeah, just everything you do there, you can get stickers for them. You can get keys for those, whatever those kinds of challenges are with the Goomba and then the Piranha Plants, um, the Koopas. So all that was pretty cool to go ahead and do. And then, of course, we have Mario Kart uh, Bowser's Challenge. Uh, that game was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Um, I, of course, the whole time I did go ahead and do a single rider line. There was no line even. Um, and of course, the regular line was pretty long. I think it was like 50, 70 minutes the whole time. But single rider just went to the front line each time almost. And it was unfortunate I didn't get to see the queue for it or anything, but did get to go ahead and ride the ride a few times. I think I rode it like 3 or 4 times. But yeah, when I went ahead to ride the ride, of course, um, had no idea what was going on. They had, of course, a lot of things showing you what to do in that, but don't really know what to do until you actually go on it first time. So when I went on it the first time, wanted to go ahead and see how the seats felt because journalists were saying how small they were in that. And of course, I'm not the smallest guy. So, um, you know, if you're, a little bit bigger, you'd be like, yeah, I don't know if I really want to try this, but went ahead, got in the seat, everything completely fine. Didn't feel tight. Had no issue with it. So I don't know. I think they're just saying that to get people not to go there, or I have no idea why they really don't want or scaring people not to go just because of your waistline or that. But it was completely fine. Had a lot of room in it as well. But yeah, I mean the ride itself was a lot of fun. It's just really cool how they have like the big Mario Kart tracks all within that Mario Kart challenge thing. So it was really cool seeing those different areas, having all the interactions in there as well, having air blown at you, sort of like lightning hit you as well. So I mean, it was pretty cool. I'd say it was a lot better than I thought it was going to be, and the augmented reality worked and was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. And just yeah, like I was saying earlier, I had very low expectations for everything, so that's probably why everything seemed so much better. But yeah, it just really seemed like something that was um, really really cool. And I know that some of the criticism towards Mario Kart is that it's it's not too many people like what the ride is itself. They would rather have it as a roller coaster or something like that. But the only thing though is that I personally think that it's perfect for that land, or perfect for a video game ride, just because it's it has what it's sort of like Nintendo itself. Sort of reminded me of the 3DS in a way. It sort of reminded me of just their products itself. I mean, if they had every activity there, or everything that they had there be augmented reality kind of glasses and that'd be pretty lame. But I mean, I just think it fits a Nintendo world, Nintendo area. So I mean, for the Mario Kart game to be like that, I mean, I think it's sort of needed in that kind of way. And of course, it's not my favorite ride, but like I was just saying, it seems like such a game, or a Nintendo kind of game, that it just seems perfect for Super Nintendo World. But I know a lot of people are talking about that, so just want to clear that up. But yeah, I mean, like I said, pretty cool. Getting very competitive with the other three people that are in the same cart as you. So that sort of turns into a game as well. I know there's sort of a lot of things that you need to do during that time as well, but like I said, it just seems like a game. Seems like a game. But yeah, I would say that it was a pretty cool experience to go ahead and do it. If you do go there, definitely try out Mario Kart. And yeah, went ahead and tried it. Got, I think, like 10 stickers, just because they have all different stickers based on like different things that you do. Like you hit all the Koopa children, you hit Bowser so many times and that. So there's so many things that you need to do to go ahead and get all the stickers that you really can't do it all in one day, especially 2 hours. But yeah, there's even I think stickers in there that tell you that you have to come during certain times too. So definitely not something I'll be able to do, but yeah, it's not something to finish all in one day. But yeah, aside from that, then we of course have the Bowser Jr. area. So once you get all three keys from any of the challenges that you do, you get to go see Bowser Jr. And of course, for that there, that had a pretty decent line too, just because there can only be a certain amount of people in there. And the game is really cool. It seems like a sort of like a Connect game, an Xbox Connect game with I think 12 people that they have in there. And it just seemed really cool because it's a different kind of game, rather than an augmented reality game. It's more of you like moving around, you acting just like Mario. You are the character, and it just the different kinds of games that they have there for people. It just Seems like they did so many different things that sort of line sort of up with Nintendo's games, or what they try to do. But Bowser Jr. was really cool, especially the cues in all these areas are of course phenomenal. Um, but yeah, I mean, aside from all the games there, of course, like I was saying, that they have the One Up store, which is all the same merchandise as everything else. But it does look cool inside the store, and of course, when you come out of Mario Kart, you go right into the gift shop, of course. Then we have the bathroom, which the bathroom looks really cool. It's sort of like the underwater theme, and then of course we have the Toadstool Cafe. During the pass holder preview, you had to go ahead and get a reservation. And of course, I made one as soon as I got in there. But of course, a lot of people unfortunately were not able to experience it. I mean, the place looks phenomenal inside. They have so much to do, and it really reminds me of course, a lot of the old Mario games. With you go into the little Toad building in the game, and then you get to choose between packages, and they have the packages in there, and then of course you can use your band to get a certain gift, like like the firepower, or a mushroom or something like that. So I mean, it's very well themed. Looks phenomenal in there. And then of course they have the screens throughout the restaurant there. The food phenomenal as well. Really good. The cheeseburger that looks just like, it sort of looks like in Mario Odyssey when he captures stuff. The burger sort of looked like a Mario, and yeah, the desserts were really good. And then one of the coolest things is when you're in there, when you're actually eating. I don't know if you want to say like it's like a theater or whatever, but they have all the screens around, and they show all the just Toads out and about. They even show Luigi and Mario going out there too, but it just looks really cool. Um, and then after a little bit, I don't know if it's like 20 minutes or something, Bowser's ship comes in the area, and then the lights start flickering in that. So it's just really cool like that too. And yeah, there's a lot of areas or places for people sitting there too. So it's a big place. So that's good, of course, but the food was phenomenal, and then just really cool themed. So definitely would recommend getting a reservation there as well. Um, but yeah, I mean, like I said, everything here seems like it's really good. Now there's sort of a few negatives here. So after I went to the land, I did go ahead and look at more reviews of it, and I did sort of notice some things when I was there, just in general before looking at this stuff. So some of the stuff was, I don't have any photos unfortunately or video of it, but it seemed really weird, the paint on some things I noticed, um, which was probably like one of the weird things for me. Then of course there was a photo going around when you're on when you're in line for Mario Kart. There's like some areas that look unfinished, and yeah, that looks horrible. Those photos look horrible of what it is, and I mean, I'm pretty sure that that's not just for the pass holder preview. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's stuff that maybe they forgot about or didn't think people aren't going to notice. But it looks very bad. Looks really lazily done in that. So I mean, if that part is just done pretty bad, I'm pretty sure that there's some other areas within the land that look like that too. Um, and another thing too that people were talking about that was bad, but I didn't personally think that was that bad, was the the sightline or that. Um, just because one of the things that was pretty weird when I walked in the land was that I saw a crane, and of course it was not a Mario crane. It was like off in the distance, and that looked very out of place. And then of course when you are in line for Mario Kart, you go ahead and look straight, and you see the big Jurassic World sign for that ride, and it does really take you out of the area. A lot of people were talking about that was an issue, But the only thing though is that um, it is an issue, but it's understandable just because it is in Hollywood. Um, the whole park itself is I would say not ideal. Just even getting around the park. But I mean, like, they had to put Super Nintendo World in a spot. It wasn't the whole Universal Studios Hollywood wasn't creative with that. It was created afterwards. So I mean, I would say if in a couple of years for Super Nintendo World at Epic Universe in Florida, if that were to have some pretty bad like looks there, or you could see some other areas off in the distance, that would be pretty disappointing and pretty weird, just because they created the whole place with Nintendo already there. But I mean, like I said, in Hollywood, it's sort of acceptable just because just how everything is there. I mean, I personally prefer Universal Studios Hollywood. I mean, Orlando over Hollywood, just by how everything is there. But yeah, I mean, I say it's sort of acceptable with that. Um, and then sort of the other thing there that people were having issues with as well is just sort of the amount of people in there, which, yes, I can definitely go ahead and see that there was a fair amount of people when I was there as well. But of course, they're supposedly going to have a reservation system there. And you do really miss a lot when there's a bunch of people in there, just because you can't really, you know, take in the area that well. And during the time that I was there for my 2 hour um, preview, it was pretty crowded. There was part of it where it wasn't so crowded as well, so I got to see both parts of it. And actually, I was lucky enough, even afterwards. I did like one of the last tram tours for the for the park at night, and I went right back down by that area, and they were actually having more people come in at the end of the night. So I did get to go there also at night when there was barely any people there, and it was just phenomenal being in that area with barely any people, just being able to see everything, and you know, just not having many people there. So hopefully the reservation system works, because I do believe that they're going to have that day one, just because there's going to be so many people there. If they didn't have anything like that, there'd be a ridiculous amount of people in there to go ahead and see it, especially that opening weekend. Um, but, uh, but yeah, I mean, uh, with everything how it looks, and then of course you have the characters, the meet and greet. I didn't get to do that, but I did see the characters walking around. The outfits look amazing. How they talk is pretty cool. Just really really cool how they have them there: Mario, Luigi, Peach, and yeah, I mean, overall, I'm very impressed with the area. There's a lot of things that hopefully becomes better with it, but I do really enjoy how they made things that you cannot even be excited for, like some of those games that they had there, or even the main attraction there. Um, how they made you want to do that just because of how they sort of made it like a video game. I mean, they have Peach's Castle there, like with Mario 64. They have how the land looks. It sort of reminds me of New Super Mario Brothers by how the whole place sort of looks. And, it just sort of looks like it looks like I've been to several PlayStation experiences and even some Nintendo events, and it just sort of reminds you of like a very like detailed and blown up sort of booth for like Nintendo or something like that. Just because that's how phenomenal it looks. But of course, like I said, there does need to be some improvements. They do need to sort of clean some stuff up there. Just because a lot of that was unacceptable that they have not finished yet. But you can tell, just by a lot of the thought into the land itself, it does make it really much like a video game. You can tell Nintendo with the idea of the land, not necessarily like the creation of the land was very hands-on by Nintendo, which is extremely awesome. And yeah, glad I went to the Pass Holder preview. Just go ahead and go there with not so many people. I'll definitely go there a couple more times, but you know, basically just holding me over till the Orlando one opens up. Um, but yeah, let me know in the comments below what you guys think. Are you guys excited, or did I steer you away from it a bit? But yeah, just want to let you guys know about some things I saw, to let you know that journalists are making a big deal out of nothing. Um, you'll be able, more than likely, to sit in a seat even if you are a little bit bigger. But yeah, let me know in the comments below what you think, and we'll see you later. Bye.